Hello my lovely little snakelets, it's Hebi here, and today we're going to be reacting to Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 251, Inhuman Makyo, Shinjuku, a Showdown, Part 23. Yay, I know you're all fucking excited, so let's start the chapter. Before we do, remember to subscribe to the channel. If you want to keep up to date for any news, chapter drops, or whether I'm sick and not releasing a chapter like I did last week, join the Discord. If you want to support me by buying me a coffee, you can do that on Buy Me a Coffee. All links are down in the link tree down below. Let's start with what we learned. With what I learned? Yeah, with what I learned. So what I understood from the last chapter was, Yuta's sword has the techniques inside them, but it kind of contradicted itself with Yuta not knowing what was in the swords at the start of the chapter, but then he does know what is in the swords at the end of the chapter. So I was very motherfucking confused there. Either way, I don't know whether Angel taught him Jacob's ladder or she let him put Jacob's ladder in a sword. So it doesn't mean the user of the technique dies. It just means he's obviously gone around collecting techniques. Also, at the end of last chapter, Yuta struck Sukuna with cleave, and we are now witnessing the aftermath of that, as Sukuna has Yuta's sword in his hands. Sukuna has just realized that Yuta found his last finger and has given it to Itadori to eat. Does this mean that Sukuna's last finger was in Africa the whole time? And why was it in Africa? Because as we're told in chapter 1 by Megami, the more evil is placed on a cursed object, the more it's deflected into other. The more it's deflected into other curses. So wherever the fuck this finger was in Africa, it must have been a fucking dangerous place. Anyway, Sukuna asks how the fuck you got my finger, and asks why the hell Itadori ate it. Like, common sense, of course he'd eat it, he is the vessel. Yuta then palm strikes the fuck out of Sukuna instead of giving him an answer. Itadori then knees Sukuna in the face, cause why the fuck not? Then Sukuna grabs Itadori into a chokehold, to which Itadori spits blood at him. That is hella gross, but I guess Big Brother Chozu taught him that technique. Brother bonding. This causes Sukuna to release his grip on Itadori, and he jumps backwards. Itadori, obviously. Yuta then uppercuts Sukuna, but he is able to grab his hand. We then have some internal dialogue from Itadori. He says now is the time to get Megami back and he has to heal. This confirms that he was consciously trying to separate Megami and Sukuna's soul in the previous chapter. Sukuna didn't know whether he was consciously trying to do it. We then get more dialogue saying that it looks like Sukuna is losing control of Megami's body as the energy input is starting to weaken him even more so. Rika has now picked up Sukuna's leg and is now slapping him into the ground like a ragdoll. As Rika is smashing Sukuna to the ground, Itadori is still trying to heal and Yuta is preparing his next attack. After Sukuna has been smashed to the ground at least once, Itadori kicks him into the face as Yuta notices Sukuna is up to something. Itadori and Rika quickly restrain Sukuna. He is releasing his hollow wicker basket in order to attempt to use dismantle, but they have already accounted for this, which is why Sukuna is now being restrained. Yuta is either punched or bitten by Sukuna. It is hard to tell, but I will say punched. It really is hard to tell. As Yuta is pushed backwards, Rika rips off one of Sukuna's arms. Itadori also rips off one of his arms, but we really don't care about that. We have some of Yuta's internal dialogue as this is all happening, saying that they had predicted this would happen and that they wouldn't let him do what he wanted. And on the plus side, his attacks are getting weaker. Yuta gets ready to launch an attack. As this is happening, Sukuna finally notices that Itadori's blood is exploding on his body. Then, midway through the battle, just as it's getting fucking good, we have a flashback. Like, fucking cock us, please. I love Greg. Okay. Ooh. So, Itadori is holding Yuki Sakamoto's notebook? I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. But if you don't remember who the fuck she is, she's the one who asked Toto what kind of girls he's into, as well as being the one who spoke to Gito about how to exterminate cursed spirits. So Itadori is explaining her notebook. I don't know how the fuck he got so smart. I'm proud of him. The general idea is that two souls mixed together inhabit one body can never become one. Chozu asks, does this make you a special case? As I can't sense a trace of the soul that inhabited my body. To which Itadori says that it may be due to the disparity between cursed energy and cursed objects and non-sorcerers. So this implies that Chozu's body is that of a non-sorcerer. It also says in the notes that a soul that has consumed a cursed object might sink deeper and deeper, but it won't disappear, I guess into the energy. But it won't conjoin with said object. So Chozu asks, what if Megami is the exception to this rule? Itadori says, well, if Mihito was alive, we would have a problem, as his technique allows him to merge souls and create another creature, but he's dead, so that won't be a fucking problem. So I believe Kazumoso's notes, and I think I can bring Megami back. This is when Hana bouts in. It's not Angel. Right. She says, I think we will need Angel's technique in order for that to happen, as you need to eradicate Sukuna's incarnate form and possession of Megami's body. But the survival rate of this technique is very low, as it is connected to the brain. So the chances of survival are very low. However, if you were able to separate both souls, the chances of Megami surviving increase when Sukuna is removed from the picture. We move back to the battlefield. Yuta launches Jacob's ladder. Sukuna is pierced by the attack. Itadori, who has now backed away from Sukuna, and Rika is now launching from Sukuna, and Rika is now launching a cursed energy infused punch. He punches Sukuna and it makes an impact. We are now transported into Megami's soul. Megami is over this shit, and I totally understand where Megami is coming from. His spirit was already broken before this motherfucking battle. And Megami has drowned in a shit ton of negative energy. His body literally killed his sister, which was his only reason for becoming a sorcerer. Then he got lobotomized multiple times thanks to Ultimate Void, and they killed Gojo, who was like his teacher and surrogate father. So we can't really fucking blame him for letting Sukuna have his body right now, and Itadori just wants to save him, and I feel like because Itadori feels like it's his fault when it motherfucking is his fault. Like, seriously? It is your fault. You chose to eat Sukuna's finger. All the pain that Megami is experiencing right now is because of Itadori. So he needs to do what Toto did for him and pull Megami out of it. But we know he's not going to do that. We then move outside of Megami's soul battlefield. I don't know what the fuck it is. And we see and hear an incantation. And the person that will, I think, actually save Megami appears. She has broken through the barrier and starts to make her assault on Sukuna. It is the one and only psychotic bitch herself, Makyo. And I really, really do hope she is the one to save him, save Megami, because she is his aunt, technically. Like, she has to save him. Like, they're blood. And Itadori is only doing it out of fucking guilt. Like, bruh, get fucked. And that's the end of the chapter. I know I'm probably missing something, but Sukuna kind of looks surprised and like shocked that Maki showed up. Oh yeah, Yuta got slashed. I didn't really care about that. I really hope Yuta dies. I don't fucking give a shit about Yuta. But Maki's gonna come. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, remember to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord for news. Maki, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can. And bye!